Welcome to the course 2024-25 using the IEP self-monitoring system. We appreciate your participation in the course and your attentiveness to the video. After watching the video, please return to the course in Eduphoria to complete the quiz before requesting credit. Before completing this course, you should have completed one of the following courses. For resource and inclusion teachers, including STEPS and ECSE teachers, creating impact statements, PLAFs, and goals using Goalbook, and for our ALE teachers, creating impact statements, PLAFs, and goals using Polaris. This knowledge of impact statements, PLAFs, and goals is necessary to complete the requirements of the self-monitoring system. The self-monitoring system was created out of our TEA Corrective Action Plan, or CAP. TEA reviewed 24 student records as part of our cyclical review. 11 of those records were cited for inadequate impact statements, a lack of appropriate goals, or both. As part of our CAP, we have reviewed our local policies and procedures and have convened ARD meetings to address student corrections. We are providing all special education staff with training on impact statements, PLAFs, and goals, and have created a self-monitoring system to ensure that all our IEPs contain all the elements required for student success. There are activities for campus staff to complete as part of the self-monitoring system. These activities are not designed to be a gotcha moment. There isn't an IEP jail. This process is truly designed to ensure that our teachers have the most updated information to enable them to create data-driven IEPs that are a roadmap to student achievement. By January 6, 2025, all teachers will complete the 2 required courses in Eduphoria. GLCs and campus coordinators will convene a team meeting during which each special education teacher will review very specific components of an IEP written by another teacher using a campus spreadsheet and rubrics. As these reviews are completed, ARD meetings may need to be scheduled to address corrections, if FAPE was affected, and if compensatory services are warranted. We will complete the same process again during the 3rd quarter. All IEP reviews will be documented on your Campus 24-25 IEP review sheet. Please do not edit the format of the sheet. Use the drop-downs that are provided. The GLC or campus coordinator will randomly select one IEP written by every teacher each quarter to be reviewed during the quarterly SPED team meeting. This will happen in both the 2nd quarter and the 3rd quarter. Reviews must be completed each quarter by teachers during a SPED team meeting. Campus coordinators are not to complete these reviews. Our special education specialist will also review one additional student for each teacher. By the end of the 3rd quarter, 3 total IEPs will be reviewed for each case manager. By 3/17/25, your Campus 24-25 IEP review sheet should look something like this. A special education department specialist will enter the information for the IEPs they review. Your GLC or campus coordinator will enter the information in columns A through F, and case managers will document their review of another teacher's IEP on the appropriate line. Again, by the end of the 3rd quarter, there will be 3 students reviewed for each teacher, 2 by campus staff, and 1 by the special education department specialist. All the reviews will be entered on one campus sheet. As mentioned, your GLC or campus coordinator will fill in the demographic information in columns A through F. Columns G through M are a series of yes/no questions. Let's look at a sample student. Hannah Training, do not edit. If you have access in SameGoal to the training campus, you will be able to access the student in the system. Screenshots from each section of the IEP are used in this presentation, but if you would like access in SameGoal to the training campus, please email Christy Esquivel. My contact information is included at the end of this video. The information for columns G through M can be found on the Students Document tab. To determine if the annual IEP was held and locked, check the Documents tab. The icon will show if the form is locked or unlocked. The same is true for if the notice is locked. You will need to open the notice to determine if it was signed by the parent. You do not need to review any other parts of the notice. You are only reviewing these two targeted items. Next, you'll check to see if the PWN is locked. If there isn't a PWN, indicate no on the spreadsheet. The 5-day waiver can be found in two places. It can be addressed on the PWN with the parent's signature. It could also be addressed after the signatures in Section 15 of the IEP. For our purposes, if it's addressed in either place, indicate yes on the spreadsheet. The IEP dates are found on the IEP cover. The IEP start date is usually the same day of the meeting, even if the meeting is held in the afternoon, unless other circumstances apply. The IEP end date and IEP due dates are usually dated 1 year minus 1 day after the meeting date, unless other circumstances apply. The progress report can be found on the student's document tab. Verify the progress report form has been created and that it is locked. You do not need to review the progress report. Review if all required committee members participated in the meeting. If not, was the member excused on the ARD notice? Signatures are located in Section 15 of the IEP. For many students, the parent, the LEA representative, a general education teacher, and a special education teacher are the only members required. Depending on the student and the type of meeting, an LSSP or LPAC rep, related services provider, SLP, dyslexia rep, DHH or VI teacher may also be a required committee member. Information about required members can be found on the Special Education Guidance tab on the Launchpad under ARD Resources. The guidance document is called ARD Meeting Members Guide. Column N begins the meat of our review. You will review the impact statement in the IEP you're reviewing to determine if the required criteria is evident, partially evident, or not evident. Remember that the impact statement must include the identified disability or disabilities and how the disability or disabilities impact the student's access and progress in the general education curriculum. Let's take a look at the impact statement for Hannah. Pause the video and take a moment to read through it. I've highlighted some information to help you determine a rating. Reading through the information for Hannah, I see that Hannah's disabilities are clearly articulated and how the disabilities affect her access and progress in the general education curriculum is included. The criteria is evident for the impact statement. The next section to review is the PLAF. The student must have PLAF information in every subject area, as well as information on the functional, communication, language, physical education, behavioral, assistive technology, and extracurricular non-academic sections as appropriate. All of these can be found in Section 3 in Same Goal. Progress on the previous IEP goals is also documented in Section 3 of the IEP. As you review the PLAF, you are looking for data-based information on student strengths and needs that directly relates to all curriculum areas. Areas of need, including baseline data, should be included for all the areas in which the student qualifies. Remember, you are writing goals aligned to the areas of need that are documented in the PLAF. The accommodations and modifications that the student requires to be successful should include why the student needs the accommodation or modification and how it's used in the classroom. To determine if students' progress on previous goals was discussed, find the section of the present levels that describes progress made. Use the rubric linked to the review sheet. Does the PLAF include the degree to which the goals and objectives were mastered? If the appropriate statement from the district bank values has been selected, and there is a progress report for the student, the answer to this question is yes. Hannah has a specific learning disability with deficits in written expression, basic reading, reading fluency, and reading comprehension. She also has an other health impairment due to ADHD. Pause the video and take a moment to review Hannah's ELAR PLAF. I've highlighted some key words